Welcome to my channel, Life with Jazib. Aladdin and his wonderful lamp. Long ago, there lived a boy named Aladdin. He would do nothing all day but play with his friends in the streets. One morning when Aladdin was playing, a stranger approached him and asked, "Are you the son of Mustafa, the tailor?" Aladdin replied, "I am, but my father died long ago." The stranger, who in reality was a magician, embraced him and said, "I am your uncle, Aladdin. Go and tell your mother that I will come to pay her my respects." When Aladdin told his mother about the stranger, she said, "I do remember that your father had a brother. But I always thought that he had died many years ago." The stranger came to supper that evening, bringing with him sweets and fruits. He tearfully kissed the ground where Mustafa used to sit. The next day, he bought new clothes and shoes for Aladdin. He also promised to set up a business for him. The next day, the magician took Aladdin outside the city, saying that he needed his help. After walking for quite a distance, they reached a narrow valley. There the magician told Aladdin to gather sticks to light a fire. When the fire had been lit, the magician threw a powder on it and chanted some magical words. At once, the earth trembled and the ground opened in front of them. And there lay a square flat stone with a brass ring in the middle. The magician pulled the brass ring, and immediately the stone moved away, revealing a cave. The magician commanded Aladdin, "Go into the cave. There you will find 3 halls filled with treasure. Beyond these halls, there is a garden. In that garden, you'll find an old lamp. Bring me that lamp." Then he gave a magic ring to Aladdin for his protection. When Aladdin went down into the cave, he found everything as the magician had said. Instead of fruits, diamonds and jewels hung on the trees. Aladdin walked on and soon found an old lamp on a shelf. He took the lamp and returned to the mouth of the cave. "I have the lamp. Help me out," shouted Aladdin. The magician cried out, "No, first you give me the lamp." Aladdin refused to do so until he pulled him out of the cave. At this, the magician became furious. He slammed down the trap door and left Aladdin alone inside. Weeks passed and Aladdin lived happily with his mother. One day, the Sultan announced that everyone had to stay inside their homes, as the princess was going out for a ride. But Aladdin decided to have a glimpse of the princess, whose beauty was the talk of the town. He hid behind a barrel and saw her passing by. The moment he saw the princess, he fell deeply in love with her. He rushed home and asked his mother to go to the Sultan and ask for the princess' hand in marriage. The next day, his mother went to the Sultan. She took with her the jewels that Aladdin had brought from the enchanted cave as gifts for the Sultan. The Sultan heard her proposal and was amazed to see the dazzling jewels. However, he did not wish to marry his daughter to a poor tailor's son. "Your son will have his wish fulfilled," he told Aladdin's mother. "But he has to build a palace larger than mine within a month." On Aladdin's command, the genie built a huge palace in just a day. Seeing the magnificent palace, the Sultan was very surprised. Unwillingly, he married the princess to Aladdin. And so Aladdin led a happy life with his wife and mother in his lovely palace. Meanwhile in Africa, the magician learned that Aladdin had married a princess and was living in a grand palace. At once he knew the cause of all this. Lt was the lamp. So one day when Aladdin was not at home, the magician disguised himself as a lamp seller and cried near Aladdin's palace, "New lamps for old." When the princess heard him, she decided to exchange Aladdin's old rusted lamp for a new one, as she did not know about its power. The magician quickly carried the lamp away to a lonely place and rubbed it. At once, the genie appeared. "What is your command, my lord?" "Carry away Aladdin's palace with the princess to a lonely forest in Africa." In the blink of an eye, the genie had obeyed his command. When Aladdin returned, he was shocked to see that his palace had disappeared. Suddenly, he remembered his magic ring and rubbed it. The genie of the ring appeared. Aladdin commanded him, "Bring my palace back." "That is beyond my power," replied the genie. "Only the genie of the lamp can do this." Aladdin said, but you can at least take me to the place where my palace is. The next moment he found himself in Africa, standing in front of his. Aladdin tiptoed into the palace. The princess was overjoyed to see him. When Aladdin asked her what had happened, she told him about the lamp seller. At once he realized that it was the work of the wicked magician. "Where is the lamp now, dear wife?" asked Aladdin. "He carries it with him all the time," replied the princess. After a moment, Aladdin thought of a plan. Aladdin told the princess, "Invite the magician to dine with you, and say that you wish to taste the African wine. When he goes to the cellar to fetch some, put this powder in his wine cup." The princess did as she was told. When the magician went to the cellar, she put the powder Aladdin had given her in his cup. No sooner did the magician return and drink from his cup than he died. Aladdin rushed to the dead magician and searched for the lamp. He found it in the pocket of the magician's gown. Aladdin rubbed the lamp and ordered the genie who appeared to carry the palace back to his own land. The Sultan welcomed them happily and learned their whole amazing story. Aladdin and the princess lived for many years in peace and prosperity. When the princess' father died, Aladdin became the Sultan, and he reigned over the kingdom the rest of his life.